beautiful people. This is your girl Ingrid, and you are here at Curve the Runway's Fashion in Quarantine. I'm so excited about today's show because I am joined by my sisters, my Curve the Runway fellow models. Joining us today are four fabulous women who are breaking doors down in the modeling world in their own lives because they are go-getters, they're hustling, they're making moves, they are not allowing society standards of beauty to hold them back. We have Miss Cara, Miss Shahidah, Miss India, and Miss Ashley. Welcoming our first guest, Miss Cara. Miss Cara is a woman of many hats. She's a wife, she's a new mom, a photographer's assistant, and a makeup artist. Before Curve the Runway, she did not see herself as a model, but since her participation in Curve the Runway, she has begun to love herself, to embrace her curves and all of its beauty, and she does a lot of encouraging and promoting other women to do the same. So I'm just excited to welcome her here today because she has participated in both the 2018 and the 2019 Curve the Runway show. So hailing from Slidell, I want to welcome Miss Cara.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing, darling? I am so well. I'm just so excited. I feel like, we have a whole reunion going on right now. So I'm with my girls.
Yes, I love it. I wish we could have everybody on at the same time. I miss everyone so much.
Me too. Me too. It just feels like a big reunion. So I want to talk about you and your new baby. You had an incredible experience. It's something that's unique to the pandemic, having to have a social distancing birth. Can you share with the audience your experience?
So, I went in for my last doctor's appointment. My doctor was just kind of like, well, you're having this baby today. I'm going to send you in for monitoring. If your monitoring doesn't change, like we're having him today. So I basically had an emergency C-section. When I found out that I was having him, I called my mom and was like, okay, like we're having him today. I'm gonna be doing this without you. And anybody that knows me knows that my mom is my best friend. She's my rock. When I found out that I couldn't have her there with me to have him, I was devastated. Of course, I love my husband and I wanted him to be there, but there's nothing like having your mom by your side. So
Right.
they decided that, or it was my mom's idea. She was like, if I'm not going to be in the room with you, I'm going to be in the parking lot tailgating. And if we get to see him through the window, then we get to see him through the window. So we had talked to the nurses like, oh, we're going to show him like Lion King through the window. So after I had him, my whole family was in the parking lot with my aunts, my grandparents, my brother, my sister, my mom, and my dad. And after I had him, they brought him to the window with my husband, showed him to everybody through the window. So that was the first time that my parents got to see my little boy. And
that is so beautiful.
It was. I was so glad that they got to be there. It was such a relief, like knowing that she was close.
Yes. And to see that support and that outpouring that way.
Yes. It was like just knowing that I had my love there and my family and like my husband by my side, and I was able to FaceTime them. And coming home, everybody had to come over with masks on to be able to see him. So like, it's gonna be so funny when they don't have to wear masks anymore. My son's actually gonna be able to see their faces.
Right.
He's not gonna know who's looking at him.
That is amazing.
It's been an awesome experience.
It's a bittersweet thing because it's like you wish it wasn't necessary, but it's just one of those things that like it's the love overcoming this situation.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And like he's gonna have such an amazing birth story. Like this is history in the making, and I just keep looking at it that way. Like he just has an historical birth, and that's how it goes.
That was so amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that story with us. So tell me a little bit about your experience with Curve the Runway and what your experience did for you as a woman and as a curvy model who has to embrace and grow in society with their standards of beauty.
So going into Curve the Runway, I had shared the news article on Facebook that they were doing a model call, and I had a lot of people comment and was like, if you don't go to this, like I'm kidnapping you and I'm bringing you. You've always said that you wanted to do this, like you need to go. So finally, like my mom gave me no other choice. She was like, "You're going. I'm bringing you. Tough luck."
Props to your
So I
mom.
went. Right. So I went and I felt so at home with Peaches and Lee and Nia and like just everybody there. Like it just immediately felt like a family. And when I found out that I was going to be able to walk the show, it was just an amazing experience and like it was encouraging and I already felt so much better about myself. I gained so much confidence just talking to my family and friends. They're like, "Oh my gosh, like this experience has brought out someone else in you. Like you are just confident all the way around." And that's that confidence that I lacked before. And so it was amazing to just find myself in that and to be able to find friends who experienced the same things that I experienced as far as being plus size and
Yeah.
not being able to find clothes or just feeling like, okay, where do I fit in this experience? Like I want to be able to model, but on one end, technically I would be too short to model because I'm only 5'5". So like even if I was a thinner model, I still would be too short. So to be able to just open up and be like, okay, this is where I fit in with these girls. They're like sisters and a new family.
And speaking of family, I'm excited to welcome the rest of our Curve the Runway models who are going to be joining us for our model table. We're going to start with Miss India, New Orleans' own socialite and influencer. She is a ball of energy. You hear me? If you know her, you know what I am talking about. Welcome, beautiful.
Hey, how you doing?
I am so good. I'm ecstatic to see you. I can't wait for the world to learn more about all the news you're making.
I am very excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Next on our list, we have Miss Ashley. Miss Ashley is a woman on a mission, baby. She is making moves and she is taking no prisoners. She said, I am going to take this modeling world into my hands and I'm going to do what I want to do with it. Welcome, Miss Ashley.
Hello, Miss Divine. How are you today?
I am so wonderful. You are like the plus size Barbie doll, just beauty all over the place. How are you feeling?
I'm great today, and I'm so excited to be here with all my CTR girls.
Thank you so much, my darling. And last but not least, we have Miss Shahidah. Miss Shahidah has been doing her thing in the modeling world nationally for quite some time, and we are so grateful to have her because she has been on the Curve the Runway stage twice. So welcome, welcome,
Yes.
welcome.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
How are
Hi,
you
guys.
feeling?
I am fine. Thank you so much for having me, and I am ready to get it going so we can start popping with this communication.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So let's get this girl table popping, okay? How y'all doing, ladies? Can we get some smiles, some selfie? Can we get a selfie real quick with all of us on here?
Yes.
Being that each of us are Curve the Runway models, I want you guys to share with our audience which designer you walked for. Starting with Miss Ashley. Can you share with us which designer you walked for?
Yes, I had the pleasure of walking for the bridal citizen, Miss Pep Holum.
Can you tell me about your experiences with her? Because that was a pop-up wedding with that. Did you guys know about the pop-up wedding prior to the actual show?
No, we had no idea. Pep did an amazing job at keeping that a secret. She kept saying this is gonna be epic. This is gonna be the first time this is ever done, and we were all like, "What is Pep talking about?" Until the day of the show, where there was actually a wedding. So that was amazing. We had no idea.
And it was so beautiful. You were gorgeous. And I remember how you were selected to do the interview for Very Local Nola. And you did a great, great job representing Curve the Runway on there. Thank you for that.
It was a pleasure. I didn't know that that was going to happen, but I was extremely excited that they chose me to represent my curvy girls. Always.
So I want you to share with the audience how you have been hustling and going for your dreams in the modeling world. You've gone to LA, you've gone to New York, you've been working on your social media, building your platform, and you've grown significantly in a very short period of time. Can you share with us your journey?
Yeah, I call 2019 kind of like my breakout year. Um, I had I'm sorry, I was pursuing plus size modeling prior to that, but it was all no, you don't have enough experience. And that's natural in the business. You're always going to hear a bunch of no's. Um, but I still kept going. I went to LA on a whim and did Ashley Stewart. I did two other fashion shows last year, but Curve the Runway was the best. I went in there with my competition hat on, but as everybody says, when you walk in, it's kind of like, oh, hey, girl. And it's like, oh, nobody's here. Like, look at her or, you know, sizing you up. Everybody's like, hey, you're pretty. Can't wait to see you again. So that was the best fashion show experience that I have ever had.
What was your thought process in just picking up and going when you went to LA and when you went to New York? Like, how do you find the confidence and the self-worth to just believe in yourself so much to just make those moves?
My self confidence is probably still not where it should be. However, I'm sometimes I'm impulsive. I'm just like I'm just gonna go do it, and that's what I did. I was actually going to vacation in LA the weekend I did Ashley Stewart, and I had been depressed. I had been submitting to agencies because I wanted to get picked up by an agency
Mhm.
and doing little auditions here and there, and it was no, no, no. And I was like, I'm gonna go to LA and have some fun. And just so happened, Ashley Stewart that was that weekend, flew out to LA, and I got picked. I was not expecting it at all.
So what that says to me is like, even when you don't feel like it, you've got to believe in yourself. Because who
Ab-
if not you?
Absolutely, absolutely. Even when your self confidence is not through the roof, just do it. You never know what somebody might see something in you that you don't see in yourself. And that actually happens to me a lot of times. People see things in me that I don't see in myself.
So the ultimate message is believe in yourself, love yourself, go get it.
Yes, all the time. Whether you think it's going to happen for you or not, just go do it.
Hi, Miss Shahida.
Hi, how you doing?
I am very well. We're so pleased to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Can you share with us which designer you walked for during Curve the Runway?
Oh, sure. I work for none other than Tracy McCormick Designs. She's a fabulous designer. She comes up with different things out of her head, and I love the fact that she allows you to be yourself on the runway. Um, she just brings so much a different excitement. You don't know exactly what to expect from her. But
Right.
I enjoyed myself on the runway with her. I remember she brought me out with an African uh, a umbrella and a like short mini dress, like a not a tutu, but it was cute though. But she was like, I don't want you to wear any shoes. Yeah, when she told me I don't want you to wear any shoes, I was like, hallelujah. But I ripped the runway barefooted and I loved it, and I got a lot of people who enjoyed that segment.
She is full of surprises, I promise you. She don't play no games. So you
Yes.
got your start in Houston, even though you live in New Orleans right now. You got your start in Houston, Texas. Can you share with us a little bit how you've been modeling across the nation, like prior to even Curve the Runway?
Well, I started out in Houston, Texas. That was my platform. I started out investing in myself. I knew that I wanted to become a model someday, and I wanted to become a model because at that time in Louisiana, you didn't really see anybody that looked like me, a Coco Cutie. But you didn't really see anybody, plus size. So a plus size model in the commercial field. So I decided to just invest in myself and start going to workshops to see if that's something that I wanted to do. And so Houston
Right.
allowed me to have that platform, and I began doing fashion shows there. And I started doing fashion shows, and then I just started developing and developing my brand, and just working on my craft.
So you also became a brand ambassador while you were in Houston. Can you share with us about that?
Sure. Well, being a brand ambassador is like pretty much how you put what you put into yourself. I do a lot of freelance modeling, and during that time, as becoming a freelance model, I just pretty much solicit myself to different brands. I started out with Esther Stores in 2015. I was one of the first casted in Houston, Texas, when they started out doing their tour, their empowerment tour. And so I was one of the ones that was selected for that. And then on from that, I was able to I just applied for different castings, but I made sure that I was I had to make sure my pictures were straight, how people saw me on social media. So I had to invest in myself with doing those different things. And becoming a brand ambassador, I do a lot of different things for different people.
Like Macys and Essence Festival?
Yeah. So I did Macy's. I was able to work with Macy's out of New Orleans. They don't tell everybody this, but sometimes they have private fashion shows, and so they hire from within. It's like a who you know thing. And so my goal was to try to find out who that I need to know to get into the door. So that's what I did, and I've done Macy's, and I've done a couple of other different events, but a lot of times it's who you know to try to get to where you got to go. But you got to develop your craft. You got to be ready so you don't have to get ready.
Right. So believing in yourself enough to make the necessary investments. And then what I'm hearing is networking. Get out there, start meeting people because it's who you know sometimes, right?
Exactly. With Essence Fest, when I started, I've done Essence Fest for like 3 years, the past 3 years now. And so it was pretty much a who you know. It was sometimes it could be a last minute call, and they want you to come in, and they look at your pictures and they see like, hey, we need her. And so it's pretty much a who you know, and to get to that. But Essence Fest was like a great opportunity for me to be on a different platform as well, because you have designers coming from all over the world. And so last year I was able to walk in the Essence Fashion House. And so that was an amazing opportunity.
Join us next week with part 2 of the Model Roundtable. Urban Socialite and the Divine Ladies 20th Anniversary Queen, India Sever, discuss her breakout into the brand model world. Don't miss Fashion in Quarantine this Friday, May 29th, 11